Hello, hello. Is anybody home? I wish. I do wish. Okay. Let me adjust my camera to show what I wanted to show, which is me relaxing. Hey, somebody's out there. I see one person. Oh, there we are. I could hear probably. Oh, look, there's two people. Hey, got a couple folks here. All right. I got a good one too. So, the two people. Hey, Nancy, good. We're just starting. Perfect. Mm. Yeah, I'm about to start. So, you are right on time. In fact, oh, yeah, right on time at 6 o'clock. Hey, Haley, how's it going? You all ready to use your sleuthing skills, right? The play I have tonight is one I haven't done before. So I don't know the story either, so we'll figure it out together. I kind of like that. I try, if I don't know the ending, I keep it that way when at all possible. So makes life better. So let's see. Okay, so we've got Nancy and Haywood. Okay, cool. Nancy's Nancy's on YouTube. Hayward's on Facebook. Twitter's out there too. It's on Twitter as well. I don't know as many people on Twitter. I just started broadcasting to that also. So we shall see. Should we wait a minute or two? And just until I make sure I have everybody. So once I start, we just keep on rolling, unless you have questions, of course. But yeah, so if you haven't been here before, I'm the Bay Lady, Sharon Schultz. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. No, Nancy, you're fine. You can stay, but see, this is streaming right now to Facebook, YouTube, and to Twitter. So you're fine where you are. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. If one's better than the other, because I can't see. I don't see it exactly like you are. So because see, I'm I'm working. I'm working off another platform called StreamYard. It's called StreamYard, and that's what allows me to be able to broadcast to all three locations. You can broadcast to more, but it's a money thing. So I'm good with three. It works, yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of how that is. If you're not familiar with me, most of the things I post is on Facebook, because that's what I'm most familiar with, and where I have the most followers. I have some followers on YouTube. It's growing, but it's funny. I'd had my YouTube account for like since 2015, and never used it. So I think the first week I had like 30 followers, and I'm watching all the other ex-Hago guides going, oh well, I just need 100 more, and I got 1,000, and I can do this, and I'm like, wow, okay, whatever. So anywho, so there's that. Um, there's a new platform called Rickshaw that I really like. It's starting to get off the ground. I'm doing VIP private tours for them at the moment, but They have a lot of really cool features and things that Hago didn't have. So you might want to check it out. I'm the day lady there too. It's Rickshaw, RICKSHAW dash tours.com. You can find it all on my Facebook page, really. And also, this is a tip-based tour. So tips, if you care to do so, that's where the Buy Me a Coffee comes in. There's a link for that too. And that's where you can leave tips to support my tours. That would be great. So without further ado, I think I got all the business taken care of now. Who wants to play? Oh, one more thing. I was saying with Rickshaw is kind of a different concept. You know, I can see you, you can see me, we can talk real time, don't need to type, you know. And I was thinking that would be a cool way, like for you to have friends over at your house and you're having a mystery dinner party or something like that. And then I come along and I facilitate, and your guests can be the characters in the play. That's how these plays were initially designed. So yeah, we could have some real fun with that. So if anybody's interested, you know, shoot me a message or something. So okay, murder is par for the course, as in golf course, right? Par, get it? Right. This play is written by Jack Pachuta, and if you Google him online, the man is a mystery guru. He's like the mystery man. He has a huge company. He does management strategies. He teaches teamwork and things through role playing and mysteries. He writes mystery plays. He like um like my 5 minute mystery series, right? That's by him. He has he sells this. That's how I have this. I bought it. He sells plays that people can use in their homes. Some years ago, I was with a theater company, and we did these for fundraisers at we had a deal with one of the local hamburger places, and we did these between certain hours in the corner of the restaurant, and we got a percentage of the proceeds during the time we were there. So it was kind of cool. But that's where these came from. That's how I have a box of them, one for every season, for every occasion, what have you. Okay. So this is Murder is Par for the Course, the mystery in which a hole in one is a fatal event. Dun, 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 dun. So let's see. While I was waiting for everybody to get here, I was looking at the local paper. Wynn woofs one hole away from historic Wynn. That's the guy that died. Yeah. Holin Wunn, Holin Wunn. His first name spelled Holin. And here's his last name, Wunn. The thing is full of little things like that. Okay, let's see. It says the wedding's perfect for his funeral. Well, that's good to know. Skies were blue and sunny. No clouds during the day as they were golfing. Apparently, this guy bought it during a golf tournament. So let's see if there's anything else interesting. Oh, it says the 18th tee at Forest Pines Country Club, where Holin Wunn collapsed this morning. It was a photograph. Might be some evidence in there that we can find, right? Okay. And let's see, anything else of interest? Oh, Keeney Sports. They're gaining some market shares in the golf market there. I wonder what has changed with them. Oh, and here, Holin Wunn, they're introducing a new line of golf gear. Look at that. Wow. So his business was on a roll. So it seems. Yes. All right. Speaking of business, I guess we better get down to ours. Okay. I have a letter from Sheriff Lawrence Law. Okay. He says, Dear law enforcement associates, you've been invited here to help solve the murder of Holin Wunn, the regional men's golf champion. He was murdered while competing 101 with the women's champion, Birdie Bigelow. Oh, wow, he bought it from a woman. Birdie Bigelow got him. She was the women's champion. At any rate, while you're here, I need your help. We believe that one of the people listed below is responsible for his death. You are hereby given the status of a special deputy. Help me by listening about these individuals and trying to draw a conclusion as to their guilt and or innocence. So we have the sheriff law, the individuals in question, the persons of interest have already been interviewed. I have the official versions of the interviews all nice and bundled up. So we will have to review all this paperwork and come to a determination as to who did away with this golf champion. Now, about that, okay, here's the notes that Sheriff Law left for me. This is the just the general scenario. It was the match of the century for the prestigious Forest Pines Country Club. For the past decade, professional champion Holin Wunn had dominated the tournaments throughout the region. His prowess as a pro resulted in awards, accolades, and, of course, a lifestyle that most golfers only dream of. Wunn's tenacity on the tee and rigor in the rough were unchallenged by any man, but not so when it came to women. For the past year, Birdie Bigelow, the undisputed women's regional champ, had repeatedly issued a challenge to the legendary Wunn. She would, so she proclaimed in match play, demonstrate that Wunn's stance to keep women out of men's tournaments was more the result of fear than fact. Golf is more brains than brawn, she told the press. He might drive the ball farther, but no one can size up a course like I can. With pressure from all sides, Wunn finally agreed to the head-to-head confrontation. The date of the match was set. Reporters gushed over a legendary battle of the sexes to settle the matter. It would be 18 holes of golf that would go down in the annals of the game. After 17 holes, Wunn was one up. That's when it became dead even. For as Wunn teed up for the 18th hole, a deadly silence fell over the crowd. Just as his driver reached the zenith of the arc, Wunn released the club. His eyes rolled back in their sockets and he collapsed. All efforts to revive him failed. At first, observers feared a hidden medical problem had surfaced, yet police thought otherwise. They confirmed that the evidence pointed more towards homicide. Who would dare club to death the gender controversy with such irony? Why would they even putter around with such matters? Now it would be necessary to trap a killer with a stroke of investigative genius. Wow. All right. Well, let's go over our list of suspects and then we will analyze them one by one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people of interest. Birdie Bigelow, we just heard a little bit about her. They got her down as a professional golfer. Okay, we know she's a champion of the Women's League. And she challenged our deceased person, Mr. Wunn, to a match. According to the sheriff, she'd been waiting a long time for this match. Would she really have wanted it to end this way, though? Toting clubs. Toting clubs is Wunn's caddy. Surely the rumors couldn't be true. Could clubs and Wunn really be splitting? Carrie Bagshot, that's Bigelow's caddy. She told everyone that Birdie would win this event. Why did she dislike Wunn so much? Nemo Brandt, he's the CEO of Sadasi Sports Gear. For the past 5 years, the world famous Sadasi had been a fixture on all of Wunn's golf gear. What would happen when his promotional contract expires? Sandy Trappini. She's president of the Forest Pines Golf Club. Wunn was not in her good graces. Wonder what happened. Macon Green. Macon Green is the greenskeeper. Wunn complained about the condition of the course. How could he develop a stellar reputation if Wunn kept saying rotten things about his ability? It's apparently a statement that Macon Green made. Okay. So, now we know a little bit, just the basic information about each of our 6 suspects. Now we'll go through their interviews and see how much more information we can get. Okay, we're starting with the president of the Forest Pines Country Club, Sandy Trappini. Okay, so Sandy's the president of the club. She was elected into that position 2 years ago. Most people only serve for a year, but she likes the job and her supporters re-elected her. She was born Sarah Beach and married into the wealthy Trappini family 27 years ago when she was just 21 years old. Her parents are deceased now, but they would have been proud of her accomplishments. She is a wealthy widow with more money and prestige than she would have ever dreamed of. Let's see. Her first love name was Making Green. Making Green. They became an item and assumed they'd be together for life, but her parents had other thoughts, and so um, tried to break them up. Well, let's see. They dated throughout college, married a month after they graduated. A year later, their only child, Rita, was born. She's married and lives in another state. Okay, here's the statement that Miss Sandy Trapini gave. As president of Porous Pines Country Club, let me say how sorry I am that this historic match had to end this way. Even though he didn't have many friends here, we all knew what a great golfer Holin Wunn was. He took his first club championship at Porous Pines 12 years ago after the tragic death of my husband, Moose Trapini. None of us will ever forget Moose. He was a fantastic golfer and the love of my life. As you may recall, I made a few opening remarks when the match teed off at 9 a.m. I wasn't in the gallery, but I planned on being on the 18th green as the whole thing ended. I never got there, though, because I was in my office when one was carried into the clubhouse. I was told he collapsed on the 18th tee. I don't know what could have happened. Maybe he had some kind of secret medical condition. Investigators tell me a report will be issued soon with more details about his death. One thing I am certain of, his passing will affect a lot of people. Now I guess Birdie Bigelow is the resident champion here. Okay, that's what Sandy had to say. All right. Next up, oh, let me see here. This belongs over here. We've got to keep the notes straight, right? You might have to go back and review if we have questions. Never know. Best to be prepared. All righty, next. Next, they talked to Birdie. I guess they figured they would grab her while they could. I'm sure she has other engagements. All right, so what do we know about her? She's a professional golfer, and she's good. She is a champion. She is the regional women's champion and a favorite of men and women alike. 39 years old. Her parents were real estate investors, made a fortune in area land deals. Okay, they brokered the sale of the Porous Pines Country Club as it is now situated. It is owned by Trapini Investments. They purchased the land and constructed the course. Let's see, Miss Birdie won tournaments in high school and college, turned pro at age 21, and has never looked back. About 10 years ago, golfers started getting some publicity. His name was Holin Wunn, and he had issues about men and women competing in the same tournaments. This angered Birdie apparently, because she was confident in her ability to beat anyone, male or female, or anything else. So let's see, 2 years ago, she was at a point in her career. She wanted to hang with the country club crowd. She applied for membership at Porous Pines and was accepted, and she's played there ever since. Okay, her statement to the police reads as follow, and they noted here that she was walking with a slight limp. Okay, you all know how long I waited for this match. I'm so disappointed it ended this way. Sure, I was one down, but I knew I'd still win. If you can play through pain, you can play through anything. When I think about what Holin Wunn said about women golfers, my blood boils. He was so arrogant that I just wanted to tee off on his shins with my new driver. And his caddy isn't much better. No one understands how Toten Clubs and One managed to win so many tournaments together. After all, a good caddy is part of a well-oiled team. I don't know what I'd do without Carrie. I'm so grateful Sandy introduced us. Holin Wunn wasn't as good as most people think. It was that promotional deal that he had with Sadassi Sports that helped his reputation. And Wunn wasn't loyal to anyone. I'll bet if you ask him, Nima Brandt will tell you the same thing. Soon, more people will know my name. And who knows, maybe I might get some of that star treatment that one got. If I do, you can bet Carrie will be right there by my side. It's almost as if we know what the other one is thinking and what to do about it. Okay, it's very interesting. Oh, let's see. Oh, here in the notes, they've left me these scorecards for that particular tournament. Let's see. We've got Holin Wunn, and Birdie Bigelow. Let's see if you can see their scores. Let's see if I can get it so you can see their scores. Blink. Screenshot. Click, click. There you go. Screenshot. I don't know how much relevance this has, actually. Let's see. And I don't know who is winning. And I don't know anything about golf to know if high scores are good or bad, or if low scores win. Who knows, and not I. And of course, they don't have these totaled that I could figure out. But anyway, I leave this to you guys to sort out. Next on our list of suspects that were interviewed is Mr. Macon Green, the greenskeeper at Forest Pines Country Club. Okay, so Mr. Green is very proud of his position at Forest Pines. He works hard, and he takes pride in the reputation that he has achieved for the golf course through his hard work. 48 years old, loves plants. His parents, Olive and Paul Green, owned a garden center, and that's where he learned how to make things grow. His appreciation for green grass made him a sports fan and made him interested in the grass that was used on the sports courses. And he was a baseball and football fan, but true love was golf. So let's see, he can quote every stat in the record book. Good for him. That was the fact that intrigued his high school sweetheart, Miss Sandy, Trappini, small world, eh? She was a real sports fan and shared his love of golf. The two of them became an item, and everyone assumed that they would be together for life until Mike, aka Moose Trappini, entered the picture. Let's see, Sandy and Macon went to high school together. They're at the golf tournament between their school and school from the other side of town, Pines Academy. And Moose was the star of Pines Academy's golf team. Okay. And you could tell that Sandy was enthralled by him. She made a point of meeting him after the match, which was won by the Academy due to Moose's golf skills. And after that, she dumped Macon and was inseparable from Moose. Interesting. Sandy and Moose were married a month after they graduated from college. A year later, their only child, Rita, was born. Okay, so there's a interesting web being woven here, how all these players are interconnecting. Seems to me they all have some baggage from way back when. All right, so Making Green's interview. This is what he had to say. Welcome to the beautiful links at Forest Pines Country Club. Golfers around the world say it's one of the most spectacular courses they've ever played. And it's my job to keep it that way. Not always easy to do. Unexpected challenges keep popping up, but with the right tools, fertilizers, and rodent control, I keep this course pristine most of the time. Anyway, my recent nomination to be Greenskeeper of the Year is a testament to my skills. Despite what you might have heard from Holin Wunn, he didn't realize that everything is under control now, even though he always seemed to be a little out of control. Let's see. Sandy and I are two people that you can depend on to take care of Forest Pines. We work well together, always have. And I know we'll work together even closer in the future. Now that one is dead, you'll hear less grumbling around here. If you see anyone from Tee It Up magazine, let them know just how perfect everything is here. And on your way out, be careful not to wander into the areas marked off with the yellow tape. Remember, everything is under control. Confident person isn't Mr. Green. Okay. Oh, great. Good. Okay, so the Homicide Division's investigative report's been released. They've heard from the coroner. And here we go. The following details have been uncovered in the ongoing investigation into the death of Holin Wunn. Holin Wunn was poisoned. Preliminary tests indicate the toxic agent present in his blood was most likely strychnine, a fast-acting poison whose effects can be felt within 10 minutes of exposure. It can cause convulsions and cramps, leading to unconsciousness. An abundance of strychnine-laced barley was found in gopher holes on the golf course. Strychnine is often used as a rodenticide to handle severe vermin issues. A scratch was found on the posterior side of one's left ankle. A corresponding hole was found in one's left sock. The hole in the sock was approximately a 1/4 inch in diameter. Suspect number 4, Carrie Bagshot, the caddy. So, Carrie Bagshot, experienced in golf caddying, 40 years old, and works as the personal caddy for Birdie Bigelow, the regional women's champion. So you know she's probably picked the best caddy available to her. So Carrie Bagshot, been interested in sports always. Her parents were a sports fan, and they founded an advertising agency, Bagshot and Associates, and hosted a sports-minded clientele. Their agency achieved moderate success promoting B-list athletes, but needed a hit to really get the name out there. That's when 20 years ago, Sadasi Sports Gear, a German company from the Black Forest, appeared on the scene. The company needed a memorable logo, and after an extensive search, Sadasi's CEO, Nima Brandt, decided to retain Bagshot and Associates. So it was Carrie Bagshot's parents who came up with the logo that is now recognizable worldwide. It resembles a lightning bolt with the letter S. It doesn't represent anything in particular, but it looks great on sports gear. The initial designs were couriered to them, and when it came time to finalize the contract, he decided to go across the Atlantic to put the finishing touches on the deal in person, and that is when the two of them met. Okay. Let's see, Brandt was older than Bagshot, and let's see, he wanted to make it more than just a friendship, but she wasn't interested. Carrie Bagshot never married, just never found the right guy. Okay. So her statement goes as follows. The best I can say about Holin Wunn is that without him, I might never have had the chance to caddy here at Porous Pines. This is a very exclusive country club with a hefty membership fee worth every penny. Most of the members are great people, but Holin Wunn was an exception. I was sure he could be charming when he needed to be, but eventually his true nature would come out. I never caddied for him. He never asked because he knew what the answer would have been. Totem clubs didn't seem to mind. The term birds of a feather comes to mind when I think about the two of them. It was really hot today, and that's probably what finally got to Holin. I bet it was the heat that caused his death. He looked healthy enough on the 17th hole. Then he started to perspire heavily on the 18th tee. When Birdie's at the top of her game, no one can beat her. A true champion works through any problems, and she is a true champion. If you want to know anything at all about the course, just ask. I know every inch of it. I can tell you what club to use and what hazards to avoid. That's what a good caddy does. And a good caddy always takes care of the balls. So I guess Carrie was a good caddy. Yes. All right. Interesting person number 5. Totem clubs. Totem spelled Toten, clubs with a K, Klubs. He is the most famous caddy at Forest Pines. Probably because he's Holin Wunn's caddy. And he knows everybody. He was Holin Wunn, the regional men's champion, had a large following among the golf aficionados. Now that Wunn was dead, all of that was going to change, of course. Toten's mother, Anita D. Clubs, was an excellent golfer. Anita D. Clubs. Anita D. Clubs. Was an excellent golfer who never got the recognition she deserved because when she was in her prime, women's golf wasn't given much coverage in the media. Her father, Herzen Clubs, ran a pest control company. What's with all the pests? The mother is now retired and has a condo in Florida. Father's deceased. Doctors said he died from overexposure to the chemicals he used in his profession as an exterminator. 38 years old, Totem Clubs is an only child. And had a tight friendship with her first cousin, Whodunit Clubs. He's 2 years younger than her. Her father's 2 brothers, L. Ron Clubs and T. Wright Clubs, caddied at Forest Pines. When you were in high school, or when Totem was in high school, she began caddying with them at the country club. The more she learned about the ins and outs of the course, the better her tips got, bigger her tips got. When Ron's son, graduated from high school, he joined the ranks of the Forest Pines caddies. Her uncles are gone, but now the 2 of them are the most famous to the members at Forest Pines. Okay, this is what Totem said. Yes, it was very hot on the course today. I knew it could be a problem. That's why I made sure I had enough water and powder bars for Holin Wunn. You don't need an umbrella for rain on a day like today, but it can provide a little shade should you need that. Carrie thinks she knows the course, but it's the clubs who can tell you everything about it. My cousin and I are the 2nd generation of our family to be caddies here. You might call us an institution. We might not give you our advice in a nice, upbeat way, but if you listen to us, you'll shoot a great round at Forest Pines. That was Holin Wunn's problem. He didn't listen. Sure, he had a few problems on the front 9, but it wasn't because of me, even though that's what he said. Some people think that being the personal caddy for a pro like Wunn pays well. Maybe, but you'll notice that I'm not living in the lap of luxury here. You can only do so much for the love of the game. I got bills to pay, just like everyone else. If any of you are thinking about turning pro and need a caddy, hey, let me know. Suddenly, my schedule's been freed up. All right, team. Okay, now our final suspects interview. Our final suspect is the Sadasi Sports CEO, Nemo Grant. Nemo Grant. Nemo Grant, 50 years old, CEO, Sadasi Sports Gear, German company. Offices, stores all over the world. Been in business 20 years, started with his brother, a soccer star, as his partner. First product was revolutionary soccer shoes. Let's see, what else? Oh, in fact, their father, Heinrich, had been a shoemaker, running a small shop in the Black Forest village of Sadastin with his mother, Minerva, also known as Minnie. Both of Nemo Grant's parents are deceased at this time. Although he wasn't much of an athlete, he didn't mind basking in his brother's glory. He's 5 years younger, and his skill in soccer was very evident. He was his younger brother's trusted advisor, as he became one of the most premier soccer players in the world. All the while, he was trying to figure out a way to turn his fame into Nemo's fortune, so we've heard. Let's see. He needed a logo. He needed a catchy logo that people would remember to promote his company. And after doing his homework and researching the market, he settled with an advertising agency in the U.S. called Bagshot and Associates. The owners came up with a logo that is its recognizable brand today. The designs were sent overnight, came to they finalized the contract, went to the U.S. in person, and that's when he met the Bagshot's daughter, Carrie Bagshot. She was younger than him and just fell in love. Okay, so Nemo's statement as follows. Guten Tag. It is difficult to be speaking to you on such a sad occasion. Holin Wunn had been a spokesman for my company, Sadasi Sports Gear, for nearly 5 years. We were in the process of negotiating a new long-term agreement when this tragedy occurred. And we are always looking for new spokespeople anyway. Such a shame for this to take place on the very day that the new premier line of Holin Wunn golf gear was introduced. It is quality throughout, from shirts to shoes to the outstanding golf umbrella. All have the gold and black HW monogram and a tasteful touch of our world famous logo that has now been around for 20 years. If you were there this morning, you saw me in the gallery dressed from head to toe in this stylish new golf wardrobe. I will be a fitting memorial to a wonderful golfer. I'm certain it will sell extremely well everywhere. Holin looked to be in fine shape, but he must have felt a little tired when he took that short break before teeing off at the 18th hole. As I expressed in the club's newsletter today. May he rest in peace, and may we find out what caused his untimely death. Okay, those are our suspects. One of them did away with Holin Wunn. Now, I have some random notes here that some of the detectives that were investigating wrote for us. Let's see. Oh, okay. Tony Clubs isn't the only member of the family who caddies at Forest Pines. Toten's first cousin, Whodunit, is also a caddy there. And the two of them have been friends forever. Let's see. During a recent, the course was blocked off with tape, yellow tape. It was mentioned earlier, but nobody seems to know why. It wasn't the scene of the crime. So question, why was the greenskeeper keeping people off the greens, right? I don't know. Let's see, what else? Oh, Birdie Bigelow. She's being courted as a spokesperson by at least 2 sports gear companies. So if she wins the match with one, that could be worth millions, right? Because her reputation, if she wins against him, oh yeah. Okay. Sandy Trappini suggested Carrie Bagshot become a caddy at Forest Pines. Apparently, Carrie was dating one of the members about 10 years ago, and Carrie and Sandy became friends at that time and have remained friends as well. Let's see. Okay. More notes. Anybody have any ideas? Anybody know in their head? Remember, we have to determine, in order to determine the killer, they have to have had the means, the motive, and the opportunity. Means, motive, opportunity. All three have to be satisfied, or it doesn't work. It does not add up. Let's see. Ooh, Carrie Bagshot dated Holin Wunn for about 6 months. And then she broke up with him because she got tired of his sexist attitude towards women. Holin Wunn, interestingly, was not wearing any of the new Holin Wunn Golf Center gear during his second round of golf with Birdie. Seemed a little strange since they were promoting the gear that day at that event. Let's see. Looking through club records. Okay. Old records, one of the detectives stumbled upon, discovered that Sandy Trappini's deceased husband, Mike, was the club champion golfer until Holin Wunn appeared on the scene. In fact, Moose was struck by lightning on the 18th tee as he was preparing for the annual club championship 12 years ago. Now, does that sound suspicious? Right? All right, let's see what else. Somebody said that Toten Clubs was trying to hook up with another pro to caddy for somebody else. Toten's been caddying for Holin Wunn 6 years, but they noticed that one doesn't treat clubs very respectfully. Again, it said must be that attitude that he's got, that sexist attitude. You know, I think for that man, women will never measure up. And I guess that's true now since he's dead, so he won't be measuring up either. Anyway, so Holin Wunn didn't have a whole lot of friends, okay? So, yeah, he had few friends in the golf world, supposedly. And Carrie Bagshot, Toten Clubs and Cousin Wooden Clubs apparently are people in the know with behind the scenes information. May have to talk with them again, right? Let's see. Somebody says that one of the members of the country club who frequents the casinos in Monte Carlo says that he sees Nemo Brant there often at the gambling tables. Said the only type of luck that he has seems to be bad. He's not a winner. What else? Most of the golfers are good about taking care of their caddies, but Holin Wunn was the exception. Toten Clubs had been telling everybody that that one hadn't paid him for the last 2 tournaments. And let's see. Here's something interesting. One of the officers was running names through state records, and come to find out, Macon Green had recently become a licensed pest control operator and was licensed to purchase and use certain restricted rodenticides that are highly toxic. And the last clue or item of note, the owner of a local coffee shop said about 2 months ago, Bertie Bigelow was in the shop talking to someone with a German accent. It sounded as if they were working out some sort of business arrangement. I'll tell you, gossip, gossip, gossip. But hopefully it will help us. Okay, so let's do a brief recap here about our 6 suspects. Okay. We have, and y'all can think as we go through each one. And again, means, motive, opportunity. Means, motive, opportunity. I should get some flashcards and hang them on my desk. Okay. Bertie Bigelow, professional golfer, women's champion. Okay. She was the one that challenged our deceased golfer to the tournament that killed him, or where he was killed. Then we've got Toten Clubs, and we were just learning Toten Clubs being Holin Wunn's caddy. We were just learning that their relationship was a bit rough there around the edges. Toten Clubs was the victim of Holin Wunn's sexist attitude and wasn't treated well in other respects either. Hadn't been paid in a while. Carrie Bagshot, okay. Now this is Bertie Bigelow's caddy, right? And she was very confident and encouraged Bertie. Carrie told everyone the day of the match that she had no doubt that Birdie would win. She knew that Birdie would win. Yeah. But nobody really has a clue why it is that she has such dislike for Holin Wunn. She doesn't have that much contact with him. Nemo Brand, CEO of Sadasi Sports Gear. For 5 years, the emblem, the logo, has been a fixture on all of Holin Wunn's golf gear. Isn't his promotional contract about to expire? I think we heard that, didn't we? Sandra Chapini, president of Porous Pines Golf Club. She did not like Holin Wunn either. He wasn't in her good graces at all. Wonder what he did to distress her so. Macon Green. Okay. Macon Green just became licensed to purchase and apply rodenticide to get rid of those little vermins. Now he is greenskeeper. So to have that, to have those products is not unusual on the surface, but since Holin Wunn died from that probably very same poison, it just has you look at Macon Green in a totally different light. Now, he did complain about the condition of the course, and that is why, he wanted to treat the infestation. I remember we learned earlier that he was very proud of the course, and he has a reputation of working hard to maintain its pristine condition. So here we are. Is it Birdie Bigelow, professional golfer, toting clubs, Wunn's caddy, Carrie Bagshot, Bigelow's caddy, Nemo Grant, CEO, Sandy Chafini, president, and Macon Green, greenskeeper. All right, the moment of truth is upon us. Okay. All right, now, I do not know who the killer is, okay? I do not know who murdered Holin Wunn, because this play we never used. We just didn't get to this one, didn't do it. Even if we had, I probably wouldn't have remembered anyway, so it would have been like a discovery at new. Okay. Are we ready? Yes. Yes. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hang on, we're missing a piece of the action. Oh, that's right. I do remember taking that. Let me see. You guys just review your notes while I find mine. Yeah, that's what I did. I stuck it in here probably. That's all right. Oh my goodness, really? Really? Well, maybe I don't need it. Anywho, okay. All right. Oops. Let me just see one more thing here. Make sure I got it all together. One more sweep of that stuff here. Okay. Did I even see that? Don't you not know? Okay, here's the scorecards they're talking about. That'd be good to have. Clues. That. Oh. Mm-hmm. It's not that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the scorecards. The scorecards from the match. I'm going to hold up the scorecard so you can see. Hopefully you can see. Maybe screenshot and then you can enlarge. Let me see if I can get this. Okay. There we go. Okay. The scorecards from the match show that Birdie jumped off to a 4-stroke lead on the front 9. Then suddenly, on the 10th hole, everything went sour. A string of bogeys started her downfall, leading to one overtaking her on the 17th hole. What had happened? Nemo Brandt, having been told that Holin Wunn would not be renewing his promotional contract, had exuberantly put his arm around Birdie after she completed the 9th hole and told her she must win. Having hedged his bets by also offering Birdie a contract, he had switched allegiances. He would sign Birdie to the deal, but only if she was the winner of the match. Little did Nemo Brandt realize that he would create a significant problem for Birdie. As he put his arm around her, he accidentally scraped her ankle with the tip of his new Holin Wunn golf umbrella. As is evident in the ad in the club's newsletter, the tip is shaped like the famous Sadasi logo, making it sharp and dangerous. Birdie began to limp, but played through the pain, evidently regaining her form, but it might have been too late. In the meantime, Holin Wunn, having taken Toten Club's advice on how to play the front 9 with little success, decided to ignore clubs on the back 9. As he took the lead in the match, he sneered at clubs and questioned Club's expertise. This angered his caddy, who wondered if one would once again underpay him. But it was the strychnine laced barley that, making green, had spread between the 17th green and the 18th tee that led to Wunn's murder. Someone used that poison to kill Holin Wunn. A few more facts come into play here. Although Nemo Brandt was clad from head to foot in the new Holin Wunn golf gear, neither Wunn nor Clubs wore any of it. That's because Wunn had already made the decision to sign the Keeney contract. Brandt, though, bought not one, but two golf umbrellas with him this morning. He carried one of them and replaced the red and green umbrella in Wunn's golf bag with the new gold and black Holin Wunn umbrella. Totem Clubs realized what had happened when he noticed the hole in the golf bag caused by the pointed tip of the umbrella. And while others wondered why Birdie had started to limp, Clubs knew what had happened. He had seen the umbrella scratch Birdie's ankle, making him understand how dangerous a weapon an umbrella could be. And since his father had owned a pest control business, he knew about strychnine and realized that porous pines course could be deadly on a day like today. Still fuming at how Wunn had treated him, Clubs took the Holin Wunn golf umbrella from the golf bag. He unobtrusively reached over the yellow tape and placed the tip of the umbrella down a gopher hole that had been laced with the strychnine. As he opened the umbrella to supposedly shade Wunn from the hot sun, he jabbed at Wunn's left ankle with the sharp tip, causing the hole in Wunn's sock and the scratch on the back of his ankle, and inserting the poison into Wunn's bloodstream. That's probably why Wunn sat down and had a drink of water. Since strychnine is a fast-acting poison, its effects can be felt within 10 minutes of exposure. Wunn's jitters and perspiration on the 18th tee were caused by the strychnine taking hold. When he keeled over and collapsed on his backswing, his fate was sealed. We need to issue a warrant immediately for the arrest of Totem Clubs. That's right. Totem Clubs is responsible for the death of his employer, Holin Wunn. Yay. Hey, Charity, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. So, ta-da! Was that good? Did you think it was Totem Clubs? These names are insane, right? I love them. It's so funny. So that was pretty cool. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody enjoyed, I hope. Hey? What a way to enjoy a Saturday evening. Anybody else have plans for the weekend? Not me. I have none. Monday morning. Yeah, Monday morning, 11:30. I'm going to do a tour of Annapolis. Just a little walking tour. Go down to the city dock and see what's going on. I haven't been down there for a while, so I thought it'd be nice to kind of look around a little bit. look at some of the shops, get a feel for, what a busy seaport city might be like. There's a nice memorial there I'll show as well, right on the dock. So anyway, if you can join me, you guessed someone else, Nancy. Hey, that's good that you guessed anyone, right? Because it's like they don't. It's like with these, that they give you the little story, and then when you read the solution, it's like, oh, well, I didn't know that. So you don't have much of the information. Some of the I was going to say sometimes some of the killers are obvious, but no, not really. These are usually pretty good. So anywho, well, I am going to say good night. 7:14, 7:15 on a Saturday night. Woohoo! What do I have to do? Nothing. Go watch TV. Relax. So anyway, I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend and all of that. Bye. I agree. I love them too. And I never guessed the right person. Don't feel bad. I just can. And really, okay, you see these, right? These are Nancy Drew books, okay? Like original Nancy Drew books. I have a couple of really old ones too. But this is what I grew up with. I've got Nancy Drew, Cherry Ames, the Dana Girls, Trixie Belden, the Bobbsey Twins. So there you have it, my secret passion. Okay. See you guys. Stay safe. Yep, that's what they are, all right. Let's see. We see one. Let's look at one. Oh, here you go. Look. The Message in the Old Oak. Remember them? Look at that. Check it out. Oh, Nancy, you should be a Nancy Drew fan, Nancy. That's funny. Yeah, man. When I was a kid, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and my mom, she was an avid reader. She loved to read books. And every so often, every 2 weeks, she would take us to the Brooklyn Public Library in Park Slope. Oh my God, it was an amazing place. And that's where I found Nancy Drew. I couldn't wait till, the books were due to go back so I could get another one. But yep, absolutely. Pretty cool, right, ladies? All right. See ya for real this time. Take care.